All right, this is live. You guys can hear me. Please let me know. We will get this started. Not sure how many people are going to be here for the All-Star race, but I do appreciate everyone that does want to hang out with me on your Sunday evening. Hopefully it's a fun race tonight. We do have the open race, I believe, starting very soon, which I'm actually going to watch while we're here. So I'll pull it up. Here. Turn the audio off. There we go. Loud and clear for Nick Papa Giorgio. Appreciate that. All right. I don't think the race has started yet. Obviously, we do not know the final 3 spots yet. The fan vote did conclude, but we're going to have the winner of the first portion of this race advance to 18th starting position. Then we're going to have the second guy in 19th. And I believe the favorites to win this one are going to be Ty Gibbs. I would assume he'll probably win the first portion of this open race if all goes well. And then, honestly, I'm not sure after that. But Wallace, I believe, is the second favorite. And I cannot play the audio and obviously can't show this on the screen. I don't want to get a copyright strike. But I will be watching the open race. I'm assuming most of you as well. And someone, Chase Bowman, says Berry easily. Yeah, I'm rooting for Josh Berry because he's going to make life easy on DraftKings at that price point, only $7,300. Looked extremely fast in practice and all that. So definitely rooting for him. On FanDuel, you do not have to worry about that because they are not going to add the open drivers in. So if you wanted to start building now, you can do that. D Pope says I was actually profitable in the truck series. Yeah, I had a great truck race today. I just ran the optimal from the projections. It was Christian Eckes, Corey Heim, Grant Effinger, however you say his name, Effinger, whatever it is, Lane Riggs, Jack Wood, and then Butterbean. Ended up getting second in my single entry. So it's a pretty good day overall. I just saw Gregson had a not so great restart there, but it looks like Ty Gibbs is going to clear and stay in first. So as long as he can just kind of clean up. I remember betting, we had the open race last year, and I don't have any bets this weekend, but I bet on Ty Gibbs to win at plus 360. I believe that's what it was, and obviously got great line movement on that. And he was going to win his open race. The Michael McDowell comes out 2 laps down and ends up ruining his day. I was very upset about that on live. What's up, Kenny? Probably get to the top here first. Got a donor from man Chris Jenkins. As always, I really do appreciate that. So do you think the safe play is Logano and 5 that you think will finish top 10, or is that the chalk play based on the trucks? Clean air will matter. Keep in mind, trucks was not racing for $1 million, but I'm sure there's going to be some bumping and banging. And already seeing these first couple laps, look like there's some decent racing going on. Obviously, I can't hear the audio, but yeah, Ty Gibbs, Wallace, Alex Bowman, kind of what you would expect right there. Josh, I don't know where Josh Berry ended up starting, but I see he's in 11th, so I don't really know what the grid was before we hopped on here. But I do think Joey Logano plus place differential is probably the best way to go in cash games. I've had people ask me, should we go Joey in cash games? I think you should probably. I don't think he's going to have the best car, but that might not matter because we know how important track position is at these short, flat tracks. I think Denny probably has the best car, but he's going to work his way through the field. And a lot of the good cars are starting mid-pack and further back. So I think Joey Logano can probably clean up for a while. And if he does that, he's going to get you a nice little floor, or cushion, I should say, with dominator points. And he's only $8,800. So I think Joey is a perfectly fine play. I haven't projected very well. I think I'm projected as my second highest driver today. I haven't done ownership yet because obviously don't know all the drivers in, but I do have Joey sliding in second, just behind Denny Hamlin as far as the projections are concerned. And that would equate to the highest value. And that's with 43 laps led and a 6th place finish. So I think that's very reasonable for Joey today. We know he's good at short flat tracks. Obviously, he didn't look amazing in practice. I mean, he wasn't terrible, I don't believe. Yeah, you see, Joey Logano, 8th, 17th, 8th, 9th, 8th, 7th. That's fine. He's got the track position, so that's what's going to be important. So I'm perfectly fine with Joey in cash today. Probably be popular as well. Not as good of a play on FanDuel, but at the same time, I mean, if you're playing FanDuel today, it's just trying to get like the top 6 guys pretty much that finish there. I appreciate the donut, Chris Jenkins, as always. Bull says there's multiple lines. This race is awesome. I liked the truck race. I thought it was decent. I was watching some at the pool, so it was kind of hard to see. But what I saw on Saturday before the race ended up getting rained out, I thought the racing was really good. We had guys passing. And I saw Corey Heim today working the top when he could. So yeah, this looks like could be some solid racing. I see Eric Jones, Gregson. I think that's Hocevar and Austin Dillon. They're all racing side by side. So should be good. Looks like Barry hasn't really moved. He's still in 10th. I don't know if this program I have will actually have the lap times up for me for the open race. Let me see if it does. Oh, it does. Okay, so we can look at lap times and whatnot, lap averages. So based off the past 5 laps, looks like Ty Gibbs, Cindric, Wallace, Josh. Okay, so Barry isn't slow. He is 4th in the previous 5 lap for consecutive lap averages. So he does have some speed, but gonna have to have some work to do. But it looks like Ty Gibbs should be able to clean up here. And if he does that, he'll be starting 18th, which does put him in play. He was fast in practice. It just wasn't a guarantee that he ended up making it. All right, let's see here. What's that spread? 438, 538 my time. I think you're probably right about that. Also, if my mic sounds weird, let me know. I got a new system this week, which is why it looks a little bit different. But if it acts up, just let me know. I saw Barry just got a pass on Todd Gillen for 8th, or for 9th, I should say. We'll see what he can do. I am rooting for Barry to make it in. I still did not look to see who the fan vote guys were. Like the final 5, is it not? This voting is closing. I forgot to vote, to be honest. I wanted Justin Haley because I liked his little Twitter commercial thing. All right, so fan vote top 5. Here we go. Alex Bowman, Noah Gregson, Carson Hocevar, Corey LaJoie, and Bubba Wallace. Ooh, if I would have voted, I probably would have done. Well, I wouldn't have voted for Bowman or LaJoie. I don't really like those guys as much. It would have been Gregson, Hocevar, or Bubba. That's tough. I think Carson Hocevar is probably the most fun option, but I think Gregson or Bubba deserves to make it. Bubba might just win the second stage, so I mean, I have to come to that. So I'd say probably Gregson or Hocevar. I was projecting it to be Gibbs, then Bubba, but I didn't know who the fan vote would be, so I threw in Josh Berry. Dan says, what do you think of FanDuel? Logano on FanDuel, can we skip Dominators over there? You can, but at the same time, it's like a finishing position race because there's only 20 cars out there. So if Logano finishes second, he'll probably end up being in the optimal over on FanDuel. So you kind of think of this as a road course almost, it feels like, as far as like how we roster. Because like, yes, if you get the main Dominator, that's great, but it just comes all down to where these guys finish. So yeah, Logano is going to be in play on FanDuel for me. I did run some FanDuel projections because obviously we don't have to wait for the open drivers. Now, depending on who makes it in, that could change the projections a little bit if a guy that I think would finish better. You know what I mean? So, but my optimal currently on FanDuel, I don't know what I'm running yet. It's Hamlin, Logano, Elliott, Blaney, Chastain. And I realized in my video, I said I don't think Ross has too much upside for where he is. But once I ran projections and look at his price tag, I don't think he's going to be great. But at his price point, he does make things work. So I do think Ross is in play for sure. I don't like his teammate Suarez, though, really, whatsoever. Then the second lineup that shows up that uses all 50K is Hamlin, Truex, Elliott, Blaney, Chastain. So that one did not have Logano. But he was showing up in the optimal currently. See, Ty Gibbs got a 2-second lead now. Yeah, I believe I see Barry making a move on Nemechek. Looks like he's going to clear that. So he's working his way there. Right? Hopefully he's got enough time to do it, but we still got, what, 75 laps left, so. Check the lap times here. Fastest the last 10 laps, Ty Gibbs, Wallace, Cindric, Bowman, Hocevar, Briscoe, Gregson, Barry, and then Nemechek. So kind of how they are running, which we typically see at these types of tracks. Well, looks like Barry didn't complete the pass yet. They're still working side by side. So wait, Josh Berry wasn't in the fan vote, was he? He was not. What's up, Mom? Says good luck, everyone, and have fun watching the All-Star race. Go, Joey. Have a great night, NASCAR fan. Appreciate that, Mom. And yes, Joey was a hot topic of discussion tonight, so I'm sure a lot of us will be rooting for him, or if you fade him, you won't be rooting for him. Barry got kind of loose there. Yeesh. Looks like he made the pass finally for Josh Berry. We'll see if we can get by Gregson. What's up, Dustin? Says, I'm working, but I'm listening. Good luck this week, CP. I like Stenhouse Price. Do you think he could pay off this week in fantasy? Like you said in last, he scores 20 points. Could he pull off the top 10? Yes. I think I might like Michael McDowell the most for the cheap plays, but once I actually run stuff, it gives me a better perspective. You know, I'm a numbers guy. I don't really have any biased takes. Maybe a little bit on Denny and Blaney. I'm a little biased, but Stenhouse looked like the best option down low. So if you're ever on DraftKings, you need a punt option. He does look the best because his floor is pretty high compared to everybody else. So I do think Ricky's fine, but do I think he can pull off a top 10? I do not, but this ends up being chaos, sure. But in a normal sense where it's not like a wreck fest, I don't think he runs top 10. What's up, Johnny T? What's up, Chris? What are your favorite core/cash plays over on FanDuel? Any must plays? Thanks, man. Appreciate all you do. So my projections, like Blaney, Hamlin, Elliott, Joey, a ton on FanDuel. Those would be some guys I am building around. Like Blaney and Hamlin the best, which I do think Blaney and Hamlin will be probably the top 2 owned drivers on this slate, at least top 3. I think that's probably an agreement with most people. I'm going to roll out of here and turn a fan on. I think I am so hot. I think Bowman was running 3rd. I see him in 4th now, so I'm going to have a great speed. Who's at the bottom here? Timmy Hill 7 laps down. Can't say I'm surprised. Emmerich, Burton, Zane, Growler, Jones. I mean, all these guys are dead. So if Ty Gibbs advances, I gave him a projection of 42 points, 11th place finish. Now, if I rerun stuff, it might be a little bit higher. But obviously has some track position. Also, the Kyle Larson thing is pretty sweet. He's barely going to make the race. They did push it back, I'm assuming just for him. So I know he's killing it in the Indy qualifying. I don't really follow Indy, but I did see he was in first last I looked, so that's pretty awesome for him. What's up, Conscious? What's up, Clint? Happy race day, Go Harvick. Yeah, kind of Go Harvick, right? He was in the car for a little bit. Didn't exactly go fast, but he was there. What's up, Stan? PJ says, hopefully it's a fun race. Hopefully. I think it'll be better than last year, just since they repaved the track, hopefully. Last year, once Larson took tires in the back, it was just so boring. I mean, I did bet Larson to win that race. I think it was like plus 700, so I wouldn't complain about that. But I just remember my DFS lineups being terrible because I don't think I played Larson, because I assumed he'd just get stuck in the back, which he was, but he nailed the strategy, so I mean, he crushed. Bull says Bubba looks to be faster in the long run. I might be wrong. Let me check the lap times. I mean, it looks like him and Ty Gibbs have been interchanging fast laps. Ty Gibbs was faster that run. If we look at the last 5 laps, though, Bubba and Ty Gibbs both at 18.81 for the lap, so basically a toss-up right there. If we look at the last 10 laps, Barry is cooking. Barry's got a good long-run car, which we did see in practice. I'm just not sure if we're going to be able to see it during the All-Star race. But if we look at the last 10 laps, it's Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric. If we look at the last 15, Wallace, Gibbs are tied, and then Berry, Bowman, Cindric. And there's another Bubba Wallace fast lap. So he definitely looks good. Wouldn't be opposed to getting Gibbs and Wallace as being the advancers. What's up, Keegan? Just chilling. I don't know how long this open race is gonna last. Let's see. It started at 5:40, 5:30. We're almost halfway there, so I guess maybe by 6:30, about that. Contra says I finished 8th in the $3 entry max last week. Thanks, Chris. Probably my best finish. That's awesome, Conscious. I'm glad you did well. It was a good week last week. Well, my non-Larson lineups, they did very well. But he was so high owned, it just shot the other ones up once he wrecked. But yeah, last week was good. I think I was dead most of the race, and then I don't remember. Might have been the week before that. But I got first in my $50 single entry, which was nice. It was a fun week. I am not expecting really anything tonight. I am just playing for fun. But last week was a really fun race. Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, and Tyler Reddick all going for it there. Obviously, we had a little bit of a scuffle afterwards. Two of the nicest guys in the garage, too, Chris Buescher and Tyler Reddick. So it was kind of funny to watch. I feel like that'd be me coming after the race, trying to fight someone. Just something you would not expect. But it was a fun race. And shout out to Brad. It was cool to see him win for the first time in the 6 car. Finally got the monkey off his back. Big Deal says, Chris watching the Indy 500 qualifying at Fast 6. Yeah, I know what's going on. I've been keeping up with it just because Kyle Larson. But other than that, I don't know really anything about it. But I do think what Kyle is doing is awesome. And then he's doing the double dip on Coke 600 weekend, which is insane. But yeah, he's supposed to be getting to the track in like 8 o'clock, something like that. And they pushed it back because it was supposed to be, I believe, an 8:14 start. So giving a little bit of extra time. I'm sure he's going to be tired during the race, but that's what he does. And that's why he's paid the big bucks. Hair and makeup running late a little bit, but we got there. Yeah, I still see Barry stuck in 8th. That's a shame. Gregson just put down a fast lap too. We gotta get at least. Oh, I just saw a yellow. Oh, was that lap 50? Okay. I was looking at that. I wasn't looking at the TV. Well, we got Ty Gibbs advancing, which I think everyone expected. If Joey Logano can do what Ty Gibbs did, I mean, that's going to pay off. I mean, that's kind of what I'm expecting Joey Logano to do. And if he does that, he's going to pay off his price point. Now, on FanDuel, you need him to finish there close to it in the top 5 because that's not going to completely get it done. Because those down here points don't add up as much. What's up, Spread? What's up, Rick? Yo, CP, happy race day evening, folks. Ribs are flipped, it's all good. Awesome. Hope they taste amazing for you, Rick. I'm sure you've been working on them all day. I'll look forward to seeing the picture in Discord. Ipama says, going real light tonight. Don't trust these all-star races. Me either. Playing a little bit less than usual, but not many options. Spreading my stuff around. Like, yes, I like Denny tonight. I like Blaney, but you don't know what's going to happen, so you can't go too crazy on these guys. What's up, Dave? Says, hey, Chris, best way to differentiate yourself in a FanDuel GPP with only 18 drivers. Actually, I think it's only 17. Do I submit a major fade and take shots on an Elliott, Blaney, and below lineup? You can do that. Elliott and Blaney will be very chalky over there, but I mean, just one of the best ways to get different is leave some money on the table. Like, for example, one of my optimals that leaves 0 money on the table is Hamlin, Truex, Elliott, Blaney, Chastain. You could take out like a Chastain, and just an example. Put in McDowell, or you can take out Denny and throw in like a William Byron. I mean, that just keeps you a little bit different, leaving some money on the table. I don't really think Byron and Hamlin are much of a difference over there. If I look at my FanDuel projections, I have Hamlin projected at 66.9, Byron 62.65, but I mean, who the heck knows exactly what's going to happen in this race? So it's definitely things you can interchange. I missed the race on off pit road, but it looks like I see Bowman in front of Bubba. Oh, so Bubba's got a sweet car with the kangaroo on there. I mean, it looks pretty nice. But I did miss the race up pit road, so from the looks of it, it looks like Bowman and Bubba, but I can't hear anything. Yeah, what Concha said, don't spend all your money. That's just one of the easiest ways to get different is not spend all your money. What's up, D Pope? Happy race day. Yes, sir. I love night races. What's up, Andre? Appreciate that. D Pope says actually profitable in the truck series. I'm happy for you. Happy for you. Always nice to do well in that. You almost free roll for the cup race. Which we pretty much are tonight. I had a good truck race, and then on baseball, I finished third in one of my contests. So thank you to the Astros and the Royals and Tanner Bibby, whatever it is. I should know that as an Indians fan, but Timothy says, when applicable, how are you building cash? Thanks, Chris. I would start with probably Joey, Blaney, and Hamlin on DraftKings. Probably the best route to go. Just because, I mean, Denny's the favorite to win this race. It looks like he's got the best car. He's got PD, so I think you're going to want Denny. Joey's on the pole, and if he can just do what Ty Gibbs just did, that's more than enough, assuming he doesn't wreck out. And then Blaney looked like the second best car in practice, and he starts last of all the confirmed drivers in. Obviously, he's not going to be dead last, but 17th. So that's what I would start with in cash games. And if you have to use a punt, I would think Stenhouse would be the best option. I do not know the price tag on Alex Bowman if he happens to advance. Let me check. Bowman makes it. He is only $7,800. I guess that's not punt worthy, so ignore me. Let's see. What's up, Kenny? Nice of you to be here. Appreciate that, Johnny. Pope says need trucks to pay out so I can enter the cup entries. Yeah, they're being a little bit slow for some reason. Sometimes they pay out super quick, sometimes they don't. I don't know what it is. Looks like Barry got a couple spots on pit road. I wish I had the audio. They're circling Bubba's tire. I have no idea why. But let's see. We got Bowman. There's Briscoe, Wallace. Okay. Wait, is Gibbs still racing? Is that how? I guess he is. For some reason, I thought they just kind of parked it. It's hard to keep up with exactly what all the formats are. Barry's going to have a shot, though. He had a great restart there on the top. Yeah, he's in fourth right now. Which I guess he's just racing Bowman and Bubba. Or anybody else that comes up there. But that was a great race. Oh, Cinder Crack. Well, that takes him out of it. Just saw that one. But yeah, Barry, I mean, he looked extremely strong with that restart. But Cinder's going to be dead. So I guess at least we don't have to worry about playing him. That's never a fun time. I didn't see you turned him. I guess he was by Gregson. I didn't get in the replay here. He got, looks like Hocevar went up and squeezed him 3 wide, and the Gregson, yeah, just really ran out of the room right there. Yeah, Hocevar squeezed them, and yep. Guess there's nothing you can really do right there. Let's see what else we got. Chase Bowman says Truex my sleeper for the All-Star race, betting wise at least. I like Truex a lot in DFS today. I think based off of where he is priced at, because you're going to have all in the 9K range, and I guess in the top of the 8K range, you have Joey Logano, Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, and Blaney. And people are going to flock to those PD guys like Blaney and Chase Elliott in 15th. And if people want to play the pole sitter for the lap sled, you have Joey Logano. You just can't play everybody. I could see Truex getting a little bit overlooked, but I love Truex with the short flat tracks. If you look at what he's done so far this year, it's been elite. Got the second best driver rating, third best average running position, the most DraftKings points per race. Only one top 5 to show for it, but the most dominator points. And if we look at practice results, Truex did not fire off too great, but 15 lap, 7, 4th in the 20, 4th in the 25, and then 4th in the 30. So I think Truex is an excellent tournament option today for sure. Pope says, nasty weather here in Savannah. What about you, Chris? Last I looked, it was like 95 and sunny here. Nice and hot. Nice and hot. Pretty much every day here. Paper says which drivers were added. Nothing on FanDuel. On DraftKings, we're still waiting for that. Still waiting. And pull up Bob's Twitter here to make sure I didn't miss anything. I just saw Bob tweet, while it says all soft tires, it was an optical illusion. Let's see. Nemechek spell, a joint spell. Sorry, I'm just looking at stuff. All right, let's see. Bull says they've been killing the trucks in Xfinity. Had the nuts the last couple weeks. If you're interested, join the Discord and join us. Appreciate that, Bull. Yeah, I do the I never used to, but got into trucks in Xfinity this year. After watching it last year, I thought it was pretty cool in the second half. So I do projections and stuff for that now. So if anybody interested, I do that every week. But I'm not gonna make videos and stuff for it because no one cares that much about it. Better vote for Bubba? I don't know. I don't know who I vote for. I don't know. It'd be tough between him, Gregson, and Hocevar. I have not seen a campaign from Gregson or Bubba Wallace. I have seen them from Hocevar, so I guess just for effort wise, I'd probably have to vote for Hocevar. Egan says, Hocevar, our guy here. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely fun. I can't fault you for liking Hocevar. I do think Bubba would probably be the most competitive of that group. Rick says, CP may just be me. A little bit. Well, it makes it the most clear. Nice. All right. We're restarting, going green. Like Gibbs is... I thought they were about to go 3 wide, but Bubba didn't really keep the speed up. Barry went high there. I see how this plays out. Looks like Gibbs should probably... Yeah, he cleared. Josh Berry is who we're rooting for, though. At least me. But it looks like Gibbs is gone, so battle for second out there. Thoughts on Reddick's assistant? I think Reddick's one of the better tournament plays. He had good long run speed. I don't typically love him at the short, flat tracks, but so far this year, he has been solid. Average finish on 9th, winning position of 10th, one of the better driver ratings, and also in the top 10. 3 out of 3 races for Tyler Reddick at the short flats. So he's been performing well, better than he has been in the past. And if we're looking at practice, 8th, 11th, 10th, 6th, but second in the 30 lap, which is only behind Denny Hamlin. We know the Toyotas have had strong speed at these short flat tracks this year. So I think Tyler Reddick at his price point is a really good tournament play. He buries in 4th. based off of the first run in this race, I mean, Barry has a really good long run car, so we'll see. He's also got some better track position. He wasn't like 11th and 10th, so we'll see what he can do with this. I think at the very least he could pass Bowman. Bubba was really fast as well, though. Now, was that more so track position? I'm not really sure. We'll see. In practice, Bubba was not that great, but track position can kind of trump that. Any sorts of rules or anything for the optimizer? What is the structure tonight? I don't really think you need to have a rule tonight, to be honest, because I don't think anybody knows enough. Someone's pitting. I didn't see who that was. It was blue. I guess, no, it was Austin Cindric. But I don't think we should have really any rules. If you want to make one rule to have like one guy up front that can lead laps, sure, but I think that's probably just Joey. Could be Brad Keselowski. I think he's in that dominator pool early on. Josh Berry's getting a nice run right there. Gonna get behind Bubba. Gave him a nice little shove, but I think Berry can get around these two. Gotta pick a spot here. Bowman and Bubba battling's bringing him in for sure. But it does look like he's got some more speed. So trying to work the top. Fun to watch. But no, I don't really think you need a rule. Berry just dived in. He's right beside Bowman. I think Berry's trying to show out for us. I think he can get that second spot, but Bowman almost turned him. But that's some pretty it's pretty good racing from Berry right now. I wish I had the audio on. But he got Bowman. I think he'll probably be able to get the Bubba. Let me see what the lap times look like. Yeah, Berry's second right now. Lap averages. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get Bubba. But he is looking good. Big Deal says 234 miles per hour, Indy 500 pole speed, Team Chevy. Is Larson still on the top? Again, I don't really know exactly how it works, but I did hear he was in first last I heard. Which is awesome. Bull says, side note, I'm also a Bubba fan, so a little biased. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, huh? But he does look fine. Although I do think Barry's probably stronger. We'll see if he can make the pass though. And Justin Haley's putting down some laps too. He just ran an 18.5 faster than Ty Gibbs right there. And if we look at the last 10 laps, it's Ty Gibbs, Wallace, Haley, and Barry. Haley passed Alex Bowman, I just saw. I mean, Justin Haley, for that Rick Ware car, he's actually working Josh Berry right here. I mean, Haley's been good. We saw that last week, like just pure speed. He's not getting lucky. I mean, he is just making it work, and he didn't complete the pass, but he is working on Josh Berry. Just Justin Haley showing out. I mean, shoot, Haley might make it. What's Haley's price tag? Haley's only $5,800. Oh, it's actually 300 more than Ricky Stenhouse. But does not look like he made the pass though. Josh Berry settled in. He's been working on him though. What's up, coach? Or new guy, I should say. Nice of you to make it. He says, didn't they break up in groups last year for this? No, I thought, again, I can't hear. I feel like whoever won the open race, the first portion, they parked it. But now I still see Ty Gibbs running, so I'm not sure. I don't know if he's locked in or not. I am completely clueless to this right now. But I don't think they all did it at once, though. They weren't all in a group. Man, I am really rooting for Barry here over Bubba. Nothing against Bubba. I don't mind him. Unlike some, but I just like the price tag on Barry for DraftKings. Well, how much is Bubba? 8,700. Yeah, I mean Barry's 7,300 bucks. If he could just advance, that would be fantastic. And if he does advance, I would say he's probably one of the cash game staples because he's got a good car, good long run speed from what we saw. And I gotta give him a shout out to last week. Barry was 8% owned on FanDuel, finishes third. It was amazing. All right, let me see what we got. Prodigy Bet says, what 3 are you starting with for cash games? Of the confirmed drivers, I would say Hamlin, Blaney, and Joey Logano would be a really good starting point for cash games today. What's up, Craig? Says, you're the best at racing DFS, man. The only one. Well, I appreciate that, Craig. Thank you very much. Thank you for putting your trust in me and hanging out with me on your Sundays. Hunter says, start Joey. I'll definitely have my fair share of Joey today. I don't think he's as good of a play on FanDuel, but I mean, he's still popping quite a bit for me. He will definitely be in a good chunk of my lineups. The only guys that just really don't pop at all, I mean, the projections are close. But if I run like 100 here, Daniel Suarez barely pops. Allmendinger is barely going to pop for me. Buescher's not getting a ton of love. Kyle Busch not a ton of love. Barry's still 7/10 off of Bubba here. Looks like it's, I guess, likely going to be Gibbs Bubba, but we'll probably get some full sends at some point. I'm assuming they're going to get a new set there, Conscious. My assumption is. I don't think they would do that to them. They'd be screwed from the start. Oh, one of the lap time's up. Hi, Gibbs. Clearing out by a mile. All right, let's see. 5J says, wish NASCAR didn't have to start same time as Game 7 of the Wolves and Nuggets. Yeah, I don't watch. I mean, I watched a little bit of the Cavs. Obviously, that didn't end up too well versus Boston, but yeah, I don't know anything about the NBA going on right now, but I guess it is a nice conflict of interest with Game 7 going on. I guess if I had to root for a team there, the Nuggets or the Wolves, I'll go with the Wolves. I like Anthony Edwards, so. I like Edwards, I like Towns, and other than Jokic, I guess I don't really like anybody on Denver. Rerun for President says, hey Chris, what's up? Just curious, does the $1 million price influence your picks to win the race? Just think that Hamlin might not take as many risks to win versus someone like McDowell or Stenhouse. No, I think they all win $1 million. I mean, I'm sure Denny wants $1 million. Be something great for him to talk on his podcast if he wins it. So I'm assuming every single driver will have motivation, and sure, McDowell and Stenhouse probably could use it more, but their cars aren't going to be as good. So sure, I mean, they might take some crazy stabs, but that could just lead them to being down in the pits with damage more likely. But no, I think everyone's going to have very high interest in winning $1 million. And Bubba is a full second ahead of Barry now, it looks like. And there's 4 to go, so I think that's GG's. Appreciate that, Conscious. Thank you. Timothy says, not sure if I missed it, but can you go over cash builds? Think Logano, Hamlin are the starting blocks. I do too. And then guys like Blaney, Elliott, fine as well. But I think the core those people would roll with are Logano, Hamlin, and Blaney for cash games. Now, if you have to get off Blaney for, I think Elliott's maybe a little bit cheaper. Like if you need the $500, I don't think it's a big deal. But I guess if I had to pick my first 2, it'd probably be Joey and Hamlin. I think this race is over. Final lap. Barry's kind of closing in based off the scoring sheet, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So yeah, easy work for Ty. Wallace, Barry, Haley. Shout out to Haley. I know he didn't get there, but another good run from him. Oh well, we got Gibbs in 18th, Wallace in 19th, which I already had projected. 3 favorites to win finished the top 3. Go figure. I don't know who's winning the fan vote. Oh, no, Gregson won the fan vote. All right, cool for him. Yeah, Gregson starting in 20th. How expensive is he? Man, $8,300. Why's he got to be $1,000 more than Josh Berry? Well, I mean, he's cash viable, but if he was around the Berry price tag, it'd be a lot easier to get to. All right, so 3 guys in advance. We got Gibbs, Wallace, and then no Gregson with the fan vote win. Unfortunately, we did not get Josh Berry. He was cheap. I spent all the way up for $8,300. I mean, he's more expensive than Keselowski. I don't know if they were factoring in the guys like when the fan vote made them a little bit more expensive because they could offer PD upside, maybe. I don't know. But that is interesting. Okay. So I don't really have to change much with projections. I'm just going to throw in Gregson and for Josh Berry, and it's really as simple as that. We have, well, I guess locks probably push back to 8:30 around there. So we have over 2 hours to build. So I guess we can pretty much answer questions here. I do have to take Grex or Josh Berry out of everything. I mean, I guess we can kind of answer all of our questions here because that's not going to change much for me. Just sucks not having Barry for sure, but let's see. What's up, Sean? Says good morning, greatest MLB talent. You'd have to be in Discord to know, but Sean shames me all day until he fake tilts and takes it out on me, and then he cashes at the end and he says thanks. Hurts my feelings a little bit, but I'll let it go. So hopefully doing a stream and updating this at the same time isn't going to make this thing crash because it takes some power to it. So hopefully that doesn't affect anything. All right, it didn't. We are good. So I'm going to be updating. For those of you on Patreon, I'll have ownership out, projections, optimal scores, and all that stuff out somewhat shortly. We still got plenty of time. Do have the article up. But yes, I'll be answering any questions you got. Let me see what we got here. Miss Jules is here. Says J-Dog is here. As always, hi, handsome. Hello, beautiful. And good luck, everyone. Appreciate that. We're going to need it. We're definitely going to need some luck here. Bush's Kush says, not a fan of these tire options. I don't know if I am either or not. We'll see how it plays out. But honestly, I have no idea. Spread says, save the tires, give us some passing. I guess that's the hope. Hopefully it's not just a follow the leader type of show and cup. I just think the truck race was fun though. Dan says on FanDuel, who will be lowest owned in McDowell, Allmendinger, and Stenhouse? I would probably imagine Allmendinger is the lowest owned. People are more familiar with, I guess, playing Stenhouse and McDowell week in, week out. And with Stenhouse having the extra place differential, I would assume he will probably end up being the lowest owned of that bunch. Yeah, with no Josh Berry, I mean, the cheap plays honestly aren't that great. I mean, I think the Ross Chastain price tag is helpful because he actually has at least high finishing position potential. I don't think the starting spot gives him a ton of upside, but see if this changed projections at all. Throwing Gregson in here instead of Berry. Not really. I mean, I got Gregson projected for around 15th place. That gives him about DFS wise, it's not amazing because he's kind of expensive at $8,300. So he's not going to be like a must play, but I mean, almost everybody's in the player pool just because it's such a small slate. But once I get an official update on this, I will let you guys know. Is Bubba expensive? Kind of. He is $8,700, so yeah, he does have a bit of a price tag to him. And yes, these guys looked amazing in the open race, but don't forget, I mean, all the good cars are in there. We're not really in that race besides a few. No, I don't think it's going to be just an easy way to the front. Yes, I will get them up, Rick. I will. We got plenty of time, though. About 2 hours. FanDuel locks 8. Get an hour and a half for that. But I think we got plenty of time to get stuff done for sure. Better than the Clash, I believe. I think we only had like 30 minutes, which was brutal. Big Gooder says, give me a core for one lineup. Probably say like Denny, Blaney, or Denny, Joey. That's a good core to start with tonight. I mean, if Joey can do what Ty Gibbs did, just get a good launch and just cruise for a little bit. I mean, that is the hope if you play Joey, which I do think is I mean, Joey's one of the harder guys to pass. He knows how to arrow block. Oh, it's short track, but we know passing is very difficult on these short flats. We've seen it time and time again. Brandon says, so far I have Bush, Logano, Reddick, and Wallace. Not sure if I should wait till after to finish my lineup. I gotta be honest, I am not huge on Bush just from what we've seen from him at these track types, but I will be low on him. Darren says, who we like tonight? Projections love Denny. They love Logano, Blaney, Truex, Reddick. Those are some of the guys I'm going to have a lot of. Keselowski is an interesting tournament play. I'm not saying you can't play him and Joey together, but I would assume one of those guys will lead some laps. But we could just kind of see where, last week, if we didn't have that wreck, I mean, I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3 starting positions were going to be optimal. Because you had Reddick completely dominate from the pole. You had Keselowski, I feel like, just running second all day. And then you had Busher right there competing for the win. They were stealing fast laps throughout the day. So 1, 2, 3 could have worked out. So I don't want to completely rule it out here. And the passing is difficult when we just turn into follow the leader. All these guys are just stuck up front. I mean, that's when guys like Keselowski can work out starting in second, Ross Chastain starting in 7th, Busher in 5th. They won't project as well because they're just not going to. Because you have to factor in some PD and randomness. Figure says, the race will be on my phone and the T-Wolves on the TV. Go Wolves. I root for them with you. Oh well. Amy says, full not up live yet? Oh yeah, we got that. I'm behind on the chat a little bit. What happened to Matt DiBenedetto? Harrison Burton is a joke. Yeah, Burton sucks. Now that car is not as good as it used to be with Matty D, so we got to cut him some slack, but he is still obviously not very good at all. So I mean, while the car is not the same, I do think Matt would have some better results in the same car that Harrison Burton is in right now. Mr. Pillow Pants, I like the name. I just can't see any world where Stenhouse doesn't finish last. Yeah, let me see what I had it projected for. Yeah, I do have Stenhouse in last. So I mean, yeah, I'm assuming he finishes last. But at the same time, we have a floor. We have a floor of about 20 points. And let's just say, for example, Allmendinger finishes 19th or McDowell finishes 18th. We're looking at 14 points, 15 points, but for Stenhouse, if he finishes last, we're looking at 19 points. So just kind of a floor game right there. And he's really like the only, I mean, he's the cheapest driver in the field, so it would make sense. Conch says, Chris, oh, we already answered that one. CJ Goat says, or the great, how beneficial is the first pit stall for Bell? Doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it's always a good thing, but at the same time, I am not really sure if he's going to be able to get up front and dominate. I just don't like the price tag at $9,500. He is purely a tournament play for me, but he is someone I am struggling getting to a lot of. I have him projected for 38.5 points, which is a little bit less than guys like Reddick and Truex at similar price points for Reddick, but I have everybody priced around him projected higher. I'm just having a tough time getting the bell. Which means, since this race is weird, I'll probably be the one that gets the front, dominates, and wins the race. Chastain or Busch? I have Chastain a little bit higher than Kyle Busch. Andrew says, with how hard it is to pass, do you let the guys up front more now? I mean, I like Joey. I like him up front. I like Reddick up front. Keselowski, I don't mind in tournaments. Chastain with the price point. But other than that, I do think guys like Denny, Blaney, Byron, Elliott should be able to move up a little bit. And we're going to get cautions, and they're going to get bunched back up. Spread says Gibbs easy. May will be this way too with someone, probably. Yeah, Gibbs stole the show in the Open for sure. Cameron says, when will you be going through DFS picks? I feel like I have been. Chris Palmer says Cash, Byron, Blaney, Logano, Buescher, Chastain, and Spinhouse. I would have Denny and Cash. I don't think Buescher's really a cash play. But I would roll out Denny and Cash games, I think. He's gonna be extremely high owned. Maybe you could change. What's my optimal? This is my old optimal before the I guess that has Josh Berry in it, so it doesn't matter. One of my highest projected ones were Hamlin, Truex, Logano, Keselowski, Reddick, and Stenhouse. So Keselowski was actually showing up a little bit. But I believe, let me see. This was just a quick dry run. This is throwing Gregson in because obviously we can't play Barry. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I assume it's not going to change much. Obviously, Barry's not going to be in the optimal, though. But it'll probably be Denny, Blaney, Joey, which it is up top, and then it's Reddick, Chastain, and Stenhouse. So currently my highest projected. This might change with some tweaks I do, but Hamlin, Blaney, Logano, Reddick, Chastain, and Stenhouse. And Chastain's just mainly because of the price point. And then Stenhouse is just because he is the lone cheap play. And I will tell you right now, Ricky is popping a ton for me. I got him projected for 22.71 points. That's right around the 19th-ish place projected finish. So, yeah, I could see that being popular. But Ricky will be chalky for sure because you need a cheap play. Now, in some builds, I guess you don't have to. If you forego Denny Hamlin and I guess throw in like a Chase Elliott, that would save you about $1,000. And you could upgrade it, but there's really nobody in that 6K range you want to get to anyway. So, got Dono here from Ben Roberts. Appreciate that. It says, love the streams. You've helped me win some money this year. I'm glad to hear that. My final lineup is Blaney, Logano, Hamlin, Reddick, Chastain, and Stenhouse. Oh, that's funny. It's exactly what I just said. So I know I'm behind a little bit. So yeah, that is my current projected optimal. So yeah, I mean, I have to like it. I appreciate the dono. Justin Haley outran Gregson. Yeah, Haley was cooking. Yes, sir. Bubba did make it. How many DOMs today? I would say like 1. I don't really want to view them as like DOMs. You know what I mean? But Logano would be the main DOM. Cheapest driver worth the shot, says John. I would say Stenhouse. Stenhouse makes things fit. Will he probably finish last? Yes. But you have like a baked-in floor of around 19 points, so it could be way worse. Dave Palma says Gibbs led every lap. Yeah, kind of what you expected, right? Kind of what we expected. Definitely was by far the best car there going into it, and he took care of business. Brandon says I got Logano, Blaney, Hamlin, and Reddick. I love that. Andrew says DK nailed it price-wise with Gibbs, Wallace, and Gregson. I agree. They really did. I thought Gregson would at least be in the 7K range, but yeah, they definitely made us pay up for him a little bit. Greg says, hey man, is Brad K a bad last guy on FanDuel, being that he starts at number 2? Is he my favorite option? No, but I do think Keselowski is the guy that does make some sense over there. He was popping a little bit for me. I did like a quick run of 100 laps just to see who was coming up, and he shows up around 20-25% of the time, so he's not like a top play, but he's a lineup filler. Answered that one. It's me. It's Ernest T. Says, after seeing the track, I'm not sure Larson has enough time to win it unless something off pit road. I don't think Larson will win. He's got his work cut out for him. Yes, the final race is set now, Crystal Ball. So it's what we already had, and then you're going to have Ty Gibbs in 18th, Bill Wallace in 19th, and then Gregson back in 20th. Thoughts on Allmendinger? Not really a big fan. Just the starting spot is what's going to get me. He is in 10th, and I don't think he's going to be the 10th place car. I got him projected about the same as Stenhouse and McDowell, but he is 3rd in that group. What's up, Michael? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Ben says, who projects higher on FanDuel, Elliott or Truex? I believe it's Chase for me. I got Truex at 60.5 and Elliott at 60.56. So 0.06 better than Truex there. So yeah, slightly. FE says, everyone remember hit the like button. See, Pete is hustling tonight. I sure am. Hopefully I'm not messing up. Bigger says that wreck hurt me last week. Yeah, it either really helped you or it really hurt you. It was either way on that one. Because all the mid-range and cheap plays, they crushed really, guys we were on. Juan says, top low owned GPP plays. I like Truex a lot in tournaments. I like Reddick a lot. Keselowski is someone I don't think is a bad idea. Ross, just because of the price points popping a bit for me. Busch or Reddick? I would take Reddick there, John. Elliott or Truex on DraftKings? I got Truex predicted a little bit better than Chase. I just have him for more dominator points. If it's cash games, though, Chase. If not, I would say Truex. What's up, Rick? Says, got here late. Do we play the two top 10 guys and then place differential on FanDuel? I don't really think you should be forcing specific guys like that. Like, for me, optimal has Hamilton 11th, Logano in 1st, Elliott in 15th, Blaney 17th, and Chastain in 7th. So I guess in that specific build, yes, two top 10 guys, but it doesn't have to be that way in every single build. What's up, EZ? Says Joey winning today? I wouldn't be completely surprised if he does, to be honest. So I'm not gonna hate on Joey. Hockey says stack the back. I mean, you're gonna have some guys that start mid-pack and in the back, but this is not a full-on stack the back kind of race. You definitely want some guys that can run up front or finish up front for sure. Starting 17th and finishing 13th is not going to be good enough if you're like $9,000 today. Bubba, too cute for single entry. Probably is too cute for me. I mean, it's borderline. You look good, obviously, in the open race, but that's the open race. And, so if I'm playing a single entry, I don't think I would get the Bubba myself. Let me see his price range. Bubba is $8,700. Yeah, it's a little tough for me. Initial projection on him puts him in around 16th place, which is around 32 points. Just doesn't stack up that great for me. Now I'm going to make a few tweaks before I post these out, but just initial run doesn't look amazing for him. I think I'd rather play Greg's. Get the extra spot. They project about the same though. Gibbs in cash. Gibbs is viable in cash if you can make a fit. He's not a must play though. But he should be good during the race. I think he probably finishes around 10th. I think that's where I had him, around 10th place, 42-ish points. Philip says, threw a few bucks on Reddick and Truex for the W. I wish you the best. I did not do any bets for this race. I told myself I wouldn't because it's the All-Star race. But before the open race, I don't know if they pulled odds or anything. Truex was showing the most. Truex and Bell were showing the most value, but not enough to actually bet. They were still negative. How are we building lineups to just a few guys under the starting salary? I mean, like, I think that's where Ricky Stenhouse comes in. Like, you're guaranteed at least like 19 points out of Stenhouse. Like, you just take that. Like, yes, if you play Michael McDowell, maybe he holds on to a 12th, but there's a lot of risk there. I think Stenhouse is kind of what opens the slate up there. I got him as like the only cheap play that projects over 4x. Suarez over Chastain to get different. I'd rather just play Chastain, I think. I don't really trust Suarez to run that well today. PJ says it's not easy building cash lineups on DraftKings. No. I don't know if I want to play Ross and cash. I mean, I'm not playing cash today. But if you were, Denny, Blaney, Logano, Reddick, Chastain, Stenhouse looks pretty good. You can, if you want to take out Denny to make it a little bit more balanced, you can, but I really do like Denny for cash today. Darren says favorite plays tonight. Just got here, thank you. No, the three I just said for like the core, and then I like Truex in tournaments. I like Reddick in tournaments. Stenhouse down low, I like. And the mid range is just kind of gross overall. I mean, obviously I like Elliott, Byron, those guys. We're gonna cycle in. Tim says, I threw a few bucks on whoever makes it out the open into the All-Star race, which now we know who that is, and threw some on Hamlin and Elliott. I do have Hamlin as the projected winner. So I just hate the price tag. I mean, they want plus 400 on that. I have it fair at plus 740. I maybe added too much randomness in there. It's possible, but I just don't think I could get it down to 400 to want to bet it. Which Fords to play, if any? Well, I like Blaney off the top of my head. Keselowski, maybe in tournaments. Joey, I like. Be the top guys. FanDuel, Hamlin, and Larson. I am probably not going to get to a lot of Larson today, and I don't think he's going to suck. But at his price point, he's barely making the race on time. He's been doing Indy all day. I don't really know how to quantify if he's tired or not. But he has to start in the rear already, so he's at a disadvantage for that. I don't really love Kyle Larson today. I mean, when Byron and Hamlin are the same exact play, but they don't have to go to the rear, it just gets a little bit easier. I'm not going to have 0% Larson, but like if I run like 150 lineups, Larson's going to show up probably like 20 to 35% of the time. But if I'm doing like a hand build, I'm probably not getting there. How much Robbie Gordon ownership is too much? Probably 100. Other than that, I think you can probably get pretty close to. Sean says, what's the optimal FanDuel and DraftKings lineups? Well, for me, it's Blaney, Hamlin, Elliott, Stenhouse, Reddick, and Chastain on DraftKings. That's my projected optimal. Then on FanDuel, it's Hamlin, Logano, Elliott, Blaney, and Chastain. Yeah, Larson's just iffy. Like for example, if you're playing 20, 150 lineups, I think like 20 or 30% Larson would make sense. If you want to equate that to your own likeness in a single into your 3 max, you can. Probably not going to get there. Keselowski or Chastain? I have Keselowski projected a little bit better than him. I think he's got more dominator upside. More risk though, for sure. What's up, DGen Stoner? Byron or Larson for FanDuel cash? I would go with Byron for cash games over on FanDuel. He makes the most sense. All right, but I think I did catch up to the chat. So I do have to get these projections out for the Patreon people. Got a couple more though. It says Keegan, Truex, Chase, or Logano, Byron for a single entry. Whew. Oh man. Projection wise, that's going to be Logano, Byron, just because I think Logano's got a nice ceiling for being up front. Appreciate that, sir. So stay hydrated. Ford looks good on you. Thank you, sir. Got the mug going. So we are hydrated today. All right, but I think we are good to go. So Unless I got any more questions, I did not. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on your Sunday evening. We have the Coke 600 next week, which will be really fun. But I got to get the projections up over on the Patreon. So fun watching the race with you guys, the open race, and hopefully the good luck rolls on for us later tonight. Wish you all the best, and I'll see you all next time.